Hello everyone, this is Rishita Pentiala, and today I'm here to discuss about my project, Aware Search Engine. Before we dive deep into the demonstration, let's quickly understand why this project is relevant and it's important. So, Sentiment Aware Search Engine, building an intelligent product discovery system using e-commerce review analysis. The problem statement is that whenever we want to purchase something, we would definitely want to know what other people are saying about it, what are their opinions. But it is simply impossible and it's difficult to sit down and read each one of those reviews. So that's when this sentiment aware search engine comes into play. For the data set, I have used an e-commerce sales data set with product name, ratings, reviews, and I have performed the data cleaning and pre-processing on it. Speaking of the system architecture, let's quickly discuss what my project is actually doing. So it analyzes the reviews based on the sentiment, and then when you search for something, it returns the search, which uses, again, it uses the normal search when you find the exact word, and it also uses fuzzy for closer matches. And third is the recommendation system. Whenever you search for a particular product, this model also, I mean, my project also returns the relevant alternatives based on the positive reviews. So let's say one product has 80% positive reviews. That will be given as the top alternative for the product you have searched. So again, speaking of the sentiment analysis evaluation, I have used multiple ML models like TextBlob, VAD, Flair, but after careful evaluation, I have found out that the Flair is performing better as it's a deep learning algorithm. So I have finalized on using Flair for my sentiment analysis evaluation. And speaking of the search algorithm, I have used two different kind of searches. One is the normal search. When you type a word, if it finds any match in the product names, it will return that product. And the other is fuzzy search, approximate matching. This handles missing spellings, misspelled words, and also partial user inputs. Finally, speaking on the recommendation system. The system recommends products that have higher proportion of positive reviews, providing user a meaningful alternative. So that is the basic idea about my project. So now let's quickly dive into the project understanding of the code and the demonstration. So I have divided my project into two parts. One is the sentiment analysis part, and the other is the search and the recommendation part. So let's first look at the sentiment analysis part. Here I have used pandas data frames and I've imported the data set. And then, so basically, as I've mentioned earlier, I have used three sentiment analysis models. One is the text blob, second is the Vader, and the third one is Flair. So here I have just created a analyzer, a Vader object, and then here I am performing the analysis or like trying to find out the sentiment score using the VADR for each text, that is each review. And I am taking the component that is the overall score given by the VADR. And here I'm classifying that if the score is greater than 50, it's positive. If it's less than um, negative 50, like minus 0.05, it's negative, or else it's neutral. Next, speaking about text block. This is also very similar to VADR. Here again, I have taken the text and I've applied the text blob object on it, and based on the score, I am classifying it into either positive, negative, or neutral. So here, what I am doing is I am actually trying to create a column called badder sentiment and text blob sentiment, which is applied to the reviews, that is the text, and I am storing the score. So it's basically row wise. Okay. And so the accuracy for Badder or text blob is around 67%. That's why I went ahead and also tried other models like Flair. So here I am importing Flair, and then this is where I am trying to perform the Flair sentiment analysis on the data set. Mm, So, yes, again, I am actually using a Flair sentiment analysis, but I'm also using batch processing. In that way, it is faster. So, it is creating batches of the reviews, like let's say 50 at a time, and then it's passing that to the predict Flair sentiment. And here I am using confidence as 60. And if the text is empty, it is considering it as unknown. So that is about the Flair sentiment analysis. And again, after I have analyzed the Flair sentiment, I am adding it as a column into my data set. Um, so again, and here is the accuracy of the Flair. I'll also show you the accuracy of the other models. Like for WADA, it's 67, almost 68. And for text blob, it's 63%. So this is what I have done in for the part one. Now what I am doing is I will again, since I've already added all of these columns to the data set, I will just download it as CSV because Flair is, as it's a deep learning model, it takes a lot of time to execute. So it is not optimal to run it every single time. That's why I'm saving its results into a CSV, and I will be performing my search engine and recommendation systems on that. So that's for the part one. Okay, moving on to the second part, which is the search engine and the recommendation systems, for which we are using fuzzy clustering, but fuzzy algorithm. First, let us look at the demo of the project, and then we will move on to the understanding of the rest of the code. So here it first asks us to enter a product name or a keyword. Let's say I entered cooler. Now it has given me the list of matches. And now it's asking me which product review do I want. Let's say I want the first product. Now it's also asking me what kind of reviews do I want? Do I want positive, negative, neutral, or all? Let's say all. Now it returns me reviews of the selected product for the given sentiment, and then also the reviews of the related products displayed. Finally, it is giving me a sentiment stats. In this case, the product I've selected is 71% positive, and it's also recommending me the rest of the products based on the positive reviews. So as we can see here, in total there are four products and I chose the first one. Now for the rest of the three products, it is giving me which product would I also like, what are the alternatives based on the positive reviews. So this is the workflow of my code. Now let us quickly understand the rest of the code. So yeah, here I am using fuzzy algorithm for approximate matches. And as I've mentioned earlier, I have created a CSV file with all the sentiment of the from the Flair. Now I have just imported that, and then Here, I have also observed that for some, it was mentioned as not specified. Uh, it's in most of the case when we take an empty value, it will throw an error in the Flair. For the data cleaning or pre-processing part, I have just marked it as a NAN, for which it's giving not specified. But the issue here is it is still considering, fuzzy is considering this as a negative thing. So that will cause some bias. That will not make it very accurate. That's why I have dropped all such um, uh, rows from the table. The next part is the normalization, and this normalization is applied on all the products in the data set so that whenever you are searching it with a keyword, it's much easier. Next comes the normal search. That is the product by phrase or token. So there are two types in this too. First is you take the normalized keyword and then you check it with all the products. And if you find an exact match, it will be returned. But if you did not find the exact match, then comes the token matcher. With what it does it breaks down the keyword into small words. That is, if you let's say we have two words in our keyword, it takes both the words individually and finds out the product names which has both these words in their name. Okay. And this helper class is for the recommendation system. We'll move on to it later. Let's quickly understand the search. So let's first understand the search engine here. So what is happening is, again, as I've mentioned earlier, first it takes the keyword and then it takes the, it finds out the matched products. Now, what it does is when here, if there are no matches, we will then go ahead and use the fuzzy, and then we will print the matches. And let's say I have chosen the product one. Now, all the rest of the products are considered as other products, and these other products will be sent to the recommendation system for analysis. For let's say getting the number of positive reviews. So let's quickly understand the recommendation system. So what it is doing is again it's taking all the other products names and then it is checking in the data set for the products that are matching with the other products names, and then it is taking the positive number of positive reviews from each of it, and then it's simply sorting based on the number of positive reviews, and that's how it is returning the positive. So this is the code. Thank you.